So, first corner to defend for Melaka. Here, Ian Pacheco over the.
Well, lofted in there. He was always going to struggle because even though he wins the header, but
kacau nih. Aduh. Setting. Setting mana?
Now it's Dimas. Lay off by Amri, failing to find a red shirt. Now Thiago on the run for Melaka, doesn't pick out a teammate though with that pass.
well, I thought they could have kept the ball. I thought, Ahmad Fakri Sharani makes that run a little bit too early, and Thiago is overly anxious to find him. But good start from Melaka. I mean, they've not come here to defend, so to speak. They keep the ball.
Now down the line it goes. It does fall to Rufino! And that's a goal from Rufino Segovia. It's taken him 7.5 minutes.
Well, it is simply brilliant from Rufino. Look at how when he makes his run, and then that little nudge on the defender. I mean, he's clearly onside because the right fullback has made was that little nudge on that defender, and then that super finish with the outside of his right foot, and that's class.
It's first blood to the Red Giants. It's goal number 3 already this season from the Spaniard Rufino Segovia.
Well, interesting to see, Ross. It's just the Melaka backline just got in no man's land, a little bit too high up the pitch, and there was a lot of grass behind for Rufino, but that nudge on that defender, was that a foul?
Experience, maybe we call it.
Well, certainly. I mean, he did that really well.
Yeah.
But that finish, that was sublime. The outside of his right foot, coming in from that angle, brilliant.
Now the impetus on the men in green to get themselves back into this tie. Coming from behind was what Melaka did on match day 1, of course, at home against Kelantan. Well, they'll have to have a repeat performance if they're going to come away with the points here in Cheras this evening.
Well, just looking at the goal, I was shocked at the reaction of Stephen Ticott, the number 15 for... The reaction of Stephen Ticott, the number 15 for Melaka. He's got in no man's land, as Shabby said. And then you look at number 18, his centre-back, Paring Shawa, made no attempt to get close to Rufino, as if he's got a kind of communication with his goalkeeper. You've got this, and you not take away that finish from Rufino. Exactly similar as we had against Kuala Lumpur. One chance, first chance of the game, and he buries it. That's a world-class finish from Rufino.
Back on the attack, Selangor. John was hoping for a free kick, that wasn't forthcoming. Play has continued. It will be a throw to Selangor. We've played 10 minutes here in Charas, and it's a Rufino Segovia goal in the 8th minute that separates the sides. So as far as Team Maniam goes, it's all going to plan.
While certainly is, he's taken the wind out of the away team sails, again now it is very, very important that they manage the game. There's no point trying to get silly, trying to chase the second goal, but at the same time you mustn't let the intensity drop.
Razman Roslan finding Shami. Kugan. This is Dimas. Happy to go backwards to keep possession. Selangor now. Kairos clips it forward. Handball called there, surely. Yes.
Well, you look at the movement there. Just for me, I thought Shami gets into the box too early. You look at Fairouz, he's looking up. He wants Shami to give him some width. Really, it comes narrow, and then when the ball is behind you, it's always going to be difficult to bring it down.
This is Stephen Tico, the defender who was eased out of it, shall we say, by Rufino earlier on. Chawas long ball, searching for Zubovic. Alfonso deals with it. Spaniard turning the Korean well then.
Well, if we look at the setup now, it is John, number 8, who is playing closer to Zubovic. And they've already changed it because was pulling the strings from a deep position until that goal goes in.
Long ball by Razman Roslan. It doesn't stay in though for Kugan, who does make that run. In fact, both the Selangor wing backs. Do like to bomb forward. Williams' header. Two casualties. Looks like Kugan and Zubovic there in the wars. That's our goal scorer. And that's what happened there.
And I mean, that's perfectly flighted, but yes, Tico should be stronger, but what about that finish? And I used to see Rufino score goals like that for Kichi in the AFC Cup, and I always thought he was too good for the AFC Cup. He should really be playing the Asian Champions League. And coming to Malaysia, I mean, it was a pleasant surprise, but I'm happy to see him here.
Now Surendran's early ball in. Willian is first to it. And Riyaya very deep in his own half. Melaka get possession back. Hi Jones. Thiago. Down the line, and good skill there from Fakri to get away from one, but one red shirt too many in the end.
Well, it's a good closing down. Fakri gets past one, but it is the recovering Kugan who nicks the ball off his toes. And you can see that Selangor are very, very compact when they lose the ball. They don't leave too many spaces in between for you to play.
shape of Selangor. Been very, very impressed. This is how exactly they started against KL. Concentrating on the shape, position, play, and when they attack with a plan, and that's why they've got early goals in both games.
And Selangor on the attack again. Dimas leaves it for Coogan. Still with Coogan. Tried to do too much, and Ty Jones in the end strong as he comes away with the ball and just fed it behind the runner Zubovic.
Well, after all that work, you give the ball away so cheaply, but we go back a little bit, and very, very good combination play between Coogan and Ivan Dimas. And that is what Ivan gives you. I mean, he links up play, you know, anywhere on the pitch or everywhere, all over the pitch, he will link up play. He's that neat, he's that tidy, and he's got vision as well.
I'm sure statistics will be available as the season goes on, and I can tell you Ivan Dimas is going to be one of the players with probably the most touches.
Oh, certainly. I mean, you know, I mean, you just look at that. You know, he just directs the traffic, so to speak.
Now here is Rufino Segovia, green shirt surrounding the Selangor number 10. Dimas quite happy to go back. The impetus definitely with the men in green. They have to get themselves back into this game. They need to find a goal from somewhere.
Well, they certainly seem to be a little bit lost at the moment. The defenders are working very hard. Bhubaneswaran on this side, keeping up the area quiet. On the other flank, Kyle Jones is having a bit of difficulty because he not only has to deal with Shami Safari, but the overlapping Coogan as well. So he's getting outnumbered on that flank. And no surprise that all the good things from Selangor have come down from their right flank.
Yeah, Razman feeds that flank. Coogan, lovely ball down the line. Hasn't got enough pace, just didn't have enough to find Shami. Kai does clear it.
But he needs more support. He needs Fakri Sharani to be tracking the fullback.
Now it's into the middle, and Rufino was hovering, but safe hands from Samir Slamet.
Yes, Samir does really well. He reached the flight of the ball, and he knows, you know, that there will be a challenge from Rufino. But good goalkeeping, good confident goalkeeping.
Surendran clipped as he tried to flick that round.
Well, certainly, I mean, it's Kannan reached the game well. Well, sometimes when you look at the opponent and you think, oh, my opponent's really fast, maybe I need to just slow him down a bit. Then stick your knee in his back.
And that does work.
Well, that was a bit rash, really. A young defender who's so eager to win the ball.
Well, he's been given the benefit of the doubt by referee Nagor. So I'm sure that'll be his last warning. Do that again and he'll be in the book.
Well, one of the best in the business, Nagor Amir Nur Muhammad, and he certainly, has earned the respect of the players.
That's a lovely looking ball. And Kanan receiving the similar treatment this time from Surendran.
Well, that's an example of you track your fullback, you know, and Surin does that well. But credit to Kanan, finds that space. It's not the overlap, it's more the underlap.
Again, into the box. It's headed back. Rufino picks it up. It's still with Rufino. And the referee has blown for offside. It wouldn't have counted anyway.
Well, you look at, this is a very, very clever play. It's Shami Safari. He is clearly onside. He makes a run from a long, long way. And I thought that was an excellent play. Unfortunately, he's been called back. But you got to worry about those runs because nobody was tracking him. Not the fullback coming with him, not the centre back going with him. a bit static, to say the least, about the Melaka defense on that occasion.
Now Kai Jones joins the attack for Melaka, striding forward, finds Gion. Down, it goes back to Kai, now on his left-hand side. Good spell of possession from the away side. Thiago helps it on. Vaneswaran goes for the return, and that's asking too much of the Melaka right back from the captain.
Well, that's a poor touch. I mean, the idea was great, but the touch was very poor on the return pass, overhead. And Ross, going back to John, I thought, he started the game really well from a deep position, and then they go one down, and then he pushes further up, and they've lost that central midfielder. I think you don't panic. I mean, it's still 1-0. The goal scored, what, in the 7th, 8th minute? So you don't change your tactics straight away. I would still prefer to see John in our picture over there. Instead of closing down a centre-back, he should be in central midfield. You see that there's a big gap between the defence and Melaka's midfield now, with number 16 being the deepest midfielder. But that's where John was, because he's got great technique, he's got great composure on the ball, and he started the game really well.
Yeah, in the first game as well, he tended to play alongside Shadan, deeper in midfield. Here he is. This is where Melaka can get the best use from their Korean.
Just like Selangor have got Ivan Dimas, their go-to man, John has to play that role because he is designed for that role.
It's good covering by Kugan. Selangor win it back. Early ball there by Dimas. And tenacious tackling to win it back. This is Rufino now on the ball. And his confidence must be so high. Apologies there from the Spaniard, but you can't.
I mean, you've got to credit Ivan there. I mean, he reads the play, intercepts the pass, and if you are Rufino Segovia, you have every right to be selfish. Well, that's our man, John. I think he needs to take control of the game now for Melaka. Shadan Sulaiman, for me, is not authority enough to command that area, that ball. And I mean, it's Stephen Tiku who's gone really quiet as well. I mean, if you are a foreign signing, you should be trying to link up play in midfield as a centre-back, come into midfield to overload that area. But at this moment in time, it's just not happening for Melaka.
We're halfway through the first half here in Cheras. Goal scored in the 8th minute from the Spaniard Rufino Segovia, his 3rd of the season so far, and here he is picking up the loose ball, running at the Melaka defence, and Vaneswaran needed to intervene there.
Well, once again, a long ball down the middle, one centre-back hits it back into play, and Melaka are under pressure. Well, perhaps it is not Rufino's strength to run with the ball. He's an excellent finisher though, and on that occasion, opportunity lost. But is that soft centre now in that central defence that is allowing Selangor forwards to run free?
Let's find out what Stanley Bernard on the touchline has to say.
Well, I've just got to say that the fact that I'm looking at Almeida, he's absolutely unpleased with his striker, Yahor Zubovic. I would love Sheps to have a look at Yahor Zubovic. He looks a bit unfit. He looks a bit out of place. He's not linking up. He's not getting to spaces where his midfielders can find him. You can see Almeida is just trying to coach him at the side and asking him to give a little bit more and get into spaces where his teammates can see him.
So it's Melaka now looking for this equaliser. We're past the halfway stage in this first half. And you've got to say, T. Maniam's tactics so far paying off, Sheps.
Well, certainly, and coming back to Zubovic, I think, you know, he only as good as the service that you get, and John is looking for him right now, but he overhits it, and, well, we just spoke about Zubovic and service. Yes, it was a beautiful diagonal ball from John to Fakri Sharani. Just maybe here, Zubovic should be showing a little bit more aggression, really. But he's the kind of player that, you know, he works well in and around the penalty box. And that's one area where the Melaka team have not ventured into too often.
Cannon goes all the way back to Willian. This is Rasman Roslan. It's the Selangor fans making the noise here in Cheras as Thiago twists and turns, tries to bring Kai Jones into play. Now clipped forward. Rasman Roslan was always first to that.
Well, you cannot blame Zubovic on that occasion. He made that run, but the delivery was just not good enough from that midfield. But it is that juncture now in the game where Selangor have been very, very comfortable and are beginning to get too comfortable, Ross. We saw Razvan there giving the ball away. So they need to decide now. They need to say, look, we're going to go look for the second goal. Let's put the opponents under pressure. Because the longer they are going to start making mistakes.
Coogan was caught then. Free kick to Selangor. Now Rufino plays it off. Into the middle it goes. There's only Amri, target man. Unable to stretch and get that ball under control.
Well, if only it had been better hit by Shami. You expect Amri to beat anyone in a one-on-one. But it was interesting because Rufino dropped into midfield and they still went forward.
Play on, says the referee. Heavy touch then from Shami. Allows Melaka to regain possession. This is Shadan to John. Warren joins the attack. Thiago trying to get things working in midfield for Melaka.
They've dropped the pace now. Melaka are playing at walking pace, not making any headway, not keeping possession long enough. And Shadan keeps getting caught in possession because it's even. Dimas who always comes in for the interception.
Laid off to Surendran.
But keep the ball in this half, Ross. You know, that's it. Keep the ball in this half. And if they go back like that, then they're definitely not going to be able to create anything.
Yeah, Selangor will be quite happy to allow Melaka possession like this, and they'll just pick them off.
Oh, that's Shadan Suleiman once again. I mean, just giving the ball away ever so cheaply. You need to see a little bit more from Thiago as well.
Yeah.
It's all nice twists and turns, but on the spot, he needs to advance with the ball. He needs to commit defenders.
Now Thiago does well. Wins a free kick. That was a foul from Alfonso. He was late.
Well, we wanted that from Thiago. Run with the ball. What do you do there? You know, you frighten opponents and you get a free kick. And if you've got a free kick specialist in your team, why not?
Now, what can Melaka come up with from this? It's their first dead ball. And Thiago laying claims to it. Shadan Sulaiman is the other option as well. It's a four-man Selangor wall. He'll need a good free kick to beat Nur Aslan from this kind of angle. And it was a great free kick. Nur Aslan is beaten. Thiago Gomez makes it 1-1.
Well, did we not say Selangor were getting complacent? And look at that. I mean, that's a thing of beauty. It's really, really a fantastic strike. Behind that ball, he's spinning away from Nur Aslan when he tries to get that touch. Lovely free kick. A goal out of nothing. A goal just when they needed it. They needed something to happen for them. And Thiago, one run, wins a free kick. And it's all square. Don't you just love football?
How crucial could that goal prove to be? Slap bang on the half-hour mark then. Thiago Gomez brings Melaka level in this tie. And Selangor for a long period looking comfortable, suddenly have it all to do again.
Well, did I not warn you? There's, sorry, Ross, on the 25th minute mark that they needed to come out and look for the second goal, or they would make a mistake. I love my crystal ball.
And he brings it with him everywhere, let me tell you. This is Ivan Dimas.
Well, it's game on, Ross. Let's start all over again.
Kanan. Long ball down the line. Amri Yaya, the referee's going for a card here. It's a yellow card. And the Selangor legend is booked.
Well. I tell you what, Amri Yaya is a very, very lucky boy. I'm not going to say anything about the referee, but in my opinion, that is a straight red card. It's a straight red.
A very high boot there from Amri Yaya, punished with a yellow from referee Nagor Amir Nur Muhammad. You can see Selangor leading on the foul count on the top of your screen there by 5 fouls to 1. It is 1-1 on the night though. Thiago Gomez with a peach of an equaliser from the free kick, cancelling out Rufino's opener.
Well, you can see that the reactions there from the players. They're asking the referee, why is it not a red card?
And surely they have another t-shirt for him, no? Do they need the white tape?
Well, he will not be a happy man.
Is he telling Amri Yaya to calm it down, or is he telling him more of the same?
No, he's saying, Amri, I want you on the pitch for 90 minutes. I cannot afford to lose a player. And that was, for me, a red card.
Well, he's still on the pitch, Amri Yaya. Now let's find out Stan, what Stan has to say about the game so far. Stanley?
Well, I think Melaka needed a goal to get a little bit of confidence in this match, because you got to say that Selangor's been really impressive. They've really concentrated on position play. But I've got to question Nur Aslan Razali on that free kick. I thought in the first game he had a few scuffs, he fumbled a little bit. I know I could be a bit harsh, but I thought he could have get a better hand to that free kick from Thiago Gomez. On the other hand, Amri Yaya, intentional, yes. Red card, maybe 1.5 yellow card. Another foul, he'll be off this pitch.
So, both co-commentators in agreement that Amri Yaya lucky to be on. Now this is Thiago Gomez, Melaka's goal scorer. This is Gion. The Melaka fans here in the stadium turn up the volume in Charas. That was overcooked and rushed then from Surendran. Kanan finds Rufino. Ivan Dimas. Amriyaya. Muscled off the ball. This is better from Melaka. And Amriyaya's got to be careful here. He's on a yellow card.
Well, this is where, you know, the opponents have to be very, very clever. You see that it's a trip. It's an intentional trip. And once again, Amriyaya is a very, very lucky man to still be on the pitch.
That was the half yellow that Stan was talking about on the touchline. You've got to say, Melaka have done well to bring themselves back into this. Impetus definitely with the men in green at the moment. As I say that, they give it away, because that's what commentators do.
Well, that was a nothing ball, really, Ross. You know, it's a lack of technique. If you want to play that ball, you play into the player's body, not up there, you know, where a defender has the advantage. You want to play a pass where the receiver is able to cushion the ball and keep possession.
William, locked ball, looking for the run of Xiaomi. But between Shawal and Tico, Melaka deal with it. Nice return. Thiago Gomez looking for movement ahead of him, and that was neither a shot nor a pass to a teammate.
Well, that's absolutely brilliant. I don't agree with Stanley on this one. I love art, and that was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, bit harsh to point the finger at Noor Arslan, because that was curling into the corner. Now, Rufino, has he got another goal in him? The tricky Spaniard twists, turns, but Selangor want him further down the pitch. This is Ivan.
Well, a bit of aggression from Melaka now. John winning the ball really well.
Virus finds Amriyaya. Amri lifts it. The run of Coogan on this right-hand side for Selangor. Rasman Roslan to Alfonso. Kanan. Kanan continuing his run, but really being forced into no man's land there.
Well, you look at him, he's the left wing back, you know, and he's found himself in the central midfielder's position. I don't know why. And number two, his teammates are not providing any width at all. They've all gone very, very narrow. And that's not going to help you at all.
No, it was a delayed decision there from referee Nagor Amir Nur Muhammad.
Well, to be honest, that is intentional. I mean, look at Thiago. He goes in there with his elbow. They all saw what Amriyaya did earlier on. And yeah, you don't let your teammate get hit without you feeling the pain. And Thiago just had his revenge.
Not happy that the free kick has been given. It's a bit further than when Melaka scored their effort, but it's a similar kind of angle.
Well, I've seen Amriyaya score from free kicks, you know, and he does the Cristiano Ronaldo technique. Has he got it here? Because he's had a funny kind of half so far.
Amri's free kick, it's lofted in, it's a header! It's off the post! It's back in again! And the rebound is put wide.
Well. Lovely free kick. Super header. Does the goalkeeper get a hand to that? I think he actually touches it onto the post. And then a bit of a fumble from him. It is Shami, I think, yeah, who gets in front of the... no, keeper doesn't get a touch. Very unlucky for Shami. And very, very lucky for Melaka that it's still 1-1.
Yeah, that's the post coming to the rescue there of Zamir and the Melaka defence.
It's 1-1 and John drops deeper to pick the ball up. Enough said. It's 1-1 and he wants to play. At 1-0, he just pushed on next to Zubovic. It's important, Ross, you know, that our players don't lose shape. You know, they keep their tactical discipline. You know, they keep their defensive discipline.
Now, John's ball finds Zubovic. He's got 2 red shirts for company. Into the middle it goes. Fakri just couldn't pick that ball up. And Rufino now for Selangor. 3 shirts immediately surrounding him and winning the ball back. Fakri looks wide. Thiago. Still with Thiago. Into the middle. And I'm not sure Nur Aslan wanted a touch there from Kanan, but he wasn't to know, and safety first for the Selangor left back.
Well, clever play first of all from Thiago, and then when he does that, as a fullback, you always going to be under pressure. You always thought, don't take chances. Was there a call from Nur Aslan to leave it? Perhaps not. Well, another set piece, Ross, from Melaka.
Shadat's corner. Willian got his head to it first. Ivan Dimas feeds Rufino. Amri Yaya's bombing down the line. Rufino has to check. Does well to keep possession here. Selangor number 10. There for the foul on Kanan. 3 minutes till half-time. And early goal from Rufino Segovia in the 8th minute, cancelled out by a stunning free kick from Thiago Gomez on the half-hour mark. That's where we are right now, goal apiece. Selangor goes searching for an advantage before half-time. Amri Yaya, penalty has been given. Referee Nago didn't hesitate. Immediately pointed to the spot. Amri Yaya's won Selangor penalty.
Well, all his years of experience, and he forces that challenge from John. And is there contact from John? Yes, there certainly is contact from John. And I don't think Nagor gets that one wrong. I think he's got it right. I think that's a penalty. You can call it soft, or you can call it contentious or whatever. It's still a penalty.
Now, the man given the responsibility is Selangor's 3-goal top scorer so far. Rufino Segovia, if successful, will be on a couple of braces after 2 games. Not a bad start, but he's got to put this away. It's Rufino against Zamir Selamat. It's saved! And Zamir gets the better of Rufino.
Wow, this is a very, very important save. Rufino doesn't put enough power behind that. At the same time, Zamir reads that situation. I mean, you know, he knows where the ball is going. A strong, strong right hand. A good defending here from Surendran. And you talk about turning points. This is really, really big. 2 2 minutes before halftime, and the goalkeeper saves a penalty for a team that's never been in it in the first 45, apart from a super free kick from Thiago. And Rufino will wish that the ground would open up and swallow him.
Eduardo Almeida, he must be going through some emotions on the touchline as well, the Melaka coach. Well, his goalkeeper is needing some attention at the moment. Zamir Salamat, after making that penalty save from Rufino, perhaps he fancies a little sit down for now.
Most certainly. I think he's done really well. And we had a picture of Eduardo Almeida. He had a look on his face that was like surreal. It's like, I don't believe this. I mean, that is a kick from John on Amri. But this one for me, I mean, you've got to give the credit to the goalkeeper. It's not easy to save any penalty for that matter. To get down there and have such a strong hand. And he's kept his team. I mean, coming back to Almeida, he must be wondering if God is Portuguese.
Well, 3 minutes additional time to be added on at the end of this half then. And we've had incidents here. We've had goals. Lots of talking points. And what have we got for the remaining minute or so? That's given away. Thiago Gomez picks it up. Juaneswaran into the box. Fakri chasing, keeping this in. Chance to take it round one. It's still with Fakri. John was available. Fakri went for the shot though. And it's all action here in the closing moments of this opening half. Zubovic goes down. Play on, says the referee.
Well, very interesting a few minutes after that penalty save. Football just got very untidy. But untidy makes it exciting. There's absolutely no control from either team.
No, there's some feisty challenges coming in now as well.
Well, indeed, and I would say that Kugan perhaps needs a bit more discipline, but well done from Fakri. Just there, he had to cut it back for John, who was screaming for the ball literally. But Fakri, are you really going to beat a goalkeeper like Nur Aslan from that tight angle? I don't think so. And well, Kugan is rightly yellow carded.
Yeah, he's got a yellow for that challenge on Thiago.
Well, very interesting, Ross. You know, I wish I could be a fly on the wall of in both dressing rooms. I guess I'll have to have an identical twin fly. Because for Almeida, it's like, you know, I don't believe this. We've been playing off the park. We scored a beautiful goal from a wonderful free kick, and our goalkeeper has saved a penalty. Come on, lads. Second half, you have to have belief. And for P. Maniam, I think he's going to be very upset with his boys. I think he's going to be saying, look, if you're going to play, you have to play at a higher tempo, because this is not helping us, it's helping the opponents.
So we've played the 3 minutes. This surely got to be the last attack. It ends up into the hands of Zamir. We are at half-time here in Cheras. Rufino Segovia putting Selangor ahead in the 8th minute with his third of the season. Thiago Gomez levelling with a beautiful free kick on the half-hour mark. There was a penalty miss, and we'll get some talking points from the guys at half-time. But for now then, from Cheras at half-time, it's Selangor 1, Melaka 1. Stanley Bernard.
Well, it's been an incredible 45 minutes. And especially in the last 15 minutes, penalty decisions, cards debate, Amri Yaya with a lot of questions in the second half to be asked by the referees, kept him on the pitch, and the penalty penalty was a clear penalty, and it was a save. End of the day, Zamir Selamat saving the day. Melaka goes into half-time at 1-1. But what a match we're witnessing. A lot more to come in the second half.
So 1-1 at half-time then, and let's find out. Let's take a look now at the first half highlights. So, first half highlights, and Selangor started very well. Rufino, who got 2 goals in the first match against KL, finishing beautifully with the outside of his right boot after the ball down the line. Clever nudge into the back of Stephen Tico, but take nothing away from that finish. His 3rd of the season so far. That goal puts Selangor 1 up. Melaka caught in possession. Iman Dimas pulling the strings, and again Rufino finding himself with a bit of space, but perhaps the shot on that occasion not the best decision. Melaka trying to come back into it. Later on, that was Zubovic. Just edged out of it, wouldn't have counted anyway. It was offside. As we take a look, clearly making the run a little too early. Razman Roslan holding the line there. But that is what the man can do for you from the free kick. Thiago Gomez leveling things on 30 minutes. Another look, and it really curled into that side netting, leaving Nur Aslan not a lot of chance. Selangor continue to press. That header coming off the upright, the rebound straight at the goalkeeper, and Coogan just blasting wide in the end. Sorry, that was Shami who blasted wide. Amri Yaya's free kick, Shami's header. Breaking to Shami, who got the last touch to put it behind for a goal kick. Selangor, though, get a penalty awarded. Moments, 2 minutes before half-time, a foul on Amri Yaya. That was John who made the challenge. There was contact, and the Selangor number 17 hit the deck. Rufino with the penalty, saved by Zamir Selamat. He doesn't add to his 3 goals already. Zamir gets congratulated. Did well to get down low and fast to his right. Melaka with a chance to put their noses in front, but that one was overhit. Fakri did well to keep it in play. He goes past one, chance to lay it off to John, number 8, but Fakri went for the shot. And perhaps on reflection, wasn't the right decision. But certainly it's been a half-off incident. 7 shots on target from both the sides, 3 off target, and it is 1-1 here at half-time. Let's cross over to Stanley and Shebby on the touchline.
Well, firstly, I've got to say, it's been a magnificent 45 minutes. Selangor started really well, exactly how they started against KL. And again, it's that same man, Rufino Segovia. 1 chance, 1 goal, quality finish.